asking you guys questions, so make sure you guys are on your shit.
Optic Texas yet to drop a map so far in the tournament.
Ooh.
They're a handy-dandy team when it comes to hardpoint.
Good break.
To it we go. Nasty and Neptune.
Alright, let's look at Vancouver. Let's look at Surge. Chat, first question. Let's get the brains going. From Vancouver's perspective, how do I and how would I want them to play this P1 from a flow perspective after they make kills? For my regulars, you guys know. For my regulars, what do I always say? How do I approach a P1 and Hacienda? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Come on, chat. What's good, Gravity? Keep top control. I'm saying from a flow perspective. Okay, hold top position of block P2. Headbang hill Swoid. Shut the fuck up. It's been a while. Hope you're good. One strong side, one weak, and player on top. Good. The way I look at this P1 here, chat, from a flow perspective, when you make kills, I do not care which side it is. Ideally, in a perfect world, you can, for the first 30 seconds, you can play hard on one side, soft on the other, get them spawning boat. It doesn't matter which side you really get them, as long as you're adapting in the moment. Obviously, there is a preference, chat. Time. Essentially, some variation like this. Hard on one side, soft on the other. So, with Vancouver getting kills and having progression, what they can do is if Neptune kills Kyler here, boom, he's dead. 7 can put pressure here. 6 can play a hybrid spot here. 5 can play a position here. You get them spawning tin. Now, chat, look at 5's positioning. As long as 5 is playing towards the backside of this cat, you can cut them and keep them spawning tin. You play the wave for the first 30 seconds, keep them on a side. General rule when you want to hold. Hard on one side, soft on the other. Now, chat, my question to you is, if I'm hard on one side and I'm soft on the other, what does that allow you to do? What is the advantage of doing that? Keep those P2 spawns, play off the side, watching the cross. Good, guys. 8 pill. So keep hybrid positions and hold irons. I like that. I like that answer, Gravity. Good answer. But what is the advantage of playing hard on one side and soft on the other? What does that allow you to do? There's basically 2 things that allows you to do. 3 things that allows you to do. Yes, good. So we can keep them spawning on one side. We can force a spawn on one side of the map. Fantastic. But now let's start thinking more micro. Let's start thinking more in the moment. Let's start thinking like pro players here. What can these 2 do here? So let's say this is some variation like this, right? Perfect world. Something like this. The opponents have to clear both sides before getting in the hill. Good. Correct. Yes. So and you're correct as well, Broughty. Yeah. So you funnel them. When you spawn them here, you force them to take routes, right? And you force them to funnel through. Because you're in positions where you can team shot and take the same fights. Chat, the biggest thing that you want to do for the first 30 seconds of a wave is, if you're given a clean wave, you're in an advantageous position. When you are in an advantageous position, if you are set up, you can use teamwork to then soak the time and let the game come to you. So we look at how Vancouver are playing it here. By funneling teams in setups, you can win that first kill, second kill of that next wave, and it gives you the time and the ability to use teamwork and bring teammates into the play. Okay? Very good, guys. Fantastic. You guys are listening. You're paying attention. Big kill from Kyler right here, by the way, because they would have been in a blend. If Kyler doesn't make this kill, if Nep kills Kyler right here, they would be in a blend. They would then 2v1, take the fight on Dashi here, and then they'd be in a setup. So this kill from Hugh was so big for this P1. So big for this P1. And the fact that he's staying alive is insane. Look at him. He's staying alive. You're on the main stage. Pressure's the highest. He's staying alive. He's got a kill. He's got 2 people tweaking for him. Because of the fact that he's staying alive, he's not beelining straight for the hill, right? They are worried that Kyler has gone through secret. They're worried he's playing his life, because now Vancouver can't just play time while Kyler is staying alive here, right? This is a situation where Kyler doesn't get to the hill. Why doesn't Kyler get to the hill here? Why is it not beneficial for him to play the hill? Chat. Let's start thinking like pros. Put yourself in Hugh's shoes, right? Why doesn't he get the hill? Yes, good. But why? Why would you want to force Vancouver to play for him in this situation? He'll get traded easily, forces Surge to play for him. He's keeping pressure. Very good. Very, very good. Yes. Because they've not made kills. They don't have kills. They don't have numbers. They don't have map progression. Hugh staying alive and being annoying, dragging people away, is giving these guys the ability and the timing to get into the play. They are flowing next to him. They're taking routes to help him, and let's take the time into account. So there's plenty of time left. They don't need to play for spawns right here, okay? This was fantastic from Hugh. Fantastic right here. And he gets the kill. Now Ant's in the play. You see that? Now Mercules is in the play. All that from one person not trying to force the hill. Understanding when to play the hill versus when not to play the hill. Understanding disadvantageous positioning versus advantageous positioning. Hey, what's good, Fabio? How you doing, How you doing, fella?
A sigh of relief, but there you go. 3 there from Optic. The time is
now
there.
1 and 3 together. Trading.
Here in the COD League. You're going to make your way over towards the new hard point.
He's going to call out. If I'm spawning boat right here, I'm going to be like, yo, there's going to be someone our side of closed. Ideally, it's not about never playing time when you're at a disadvantage. It's a situation where if your teammates don't have progression to help you, it's difficult to force time. Right there, you only had Brandon with you to help. If he got to time, Brandon can't really do too much because they're both sides. So he's trying to force spawns? No. He's not trying to force spawns. What he's trying to do is drag people away, hold progression in order for his teammates to then come and help him. This is what we call macro, right? So he's setting up his teammates by forcing the enemies to either play for him, or if they don't play for him, he can shoot people in the back, he can get mixy, he can stop them from getting time. So what he's essentially doing is he's trying to minimize the disadvantageous position that Optic are in. He's thinking, right, we can't really get time reliably. I'm going to get traded. We don't have map control. My teammates aren't with me. He's thinking this all in the moment. So therefore, I'm going to get killed. I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to buy time. No, you're good, D-Mac. D-Mac, don't apologize. Any answer, I want you getting involved. If you don't understand things, let's do it together. Don't ever fucking apologize. I don't want to ever see that from you, okay? And that goes for everyone in the chat. I don't care. Get involved. Just answer. We'll go through it, okay? So, back to my point is, yeah, he understands this. Macro, when I say macro, macro is from a overall team perspective. Think of it like a chessboard. When I think of macro in Call of Duty, I look at it as a chessboard. What piece is going to go where? Who's going to do what in relation to the chessboard? Micro is what piece in the moment is going to do what. That is what I consider micro. Like, how is he going to challenge the gunfight? What's his positioning? Is he sliding? Is he dragging aim assist? Right? That's what I consider micro. That's the difference between macro and micro. Macro is in relation to the chessboard. Micro is in relation to what am I doing in the moment? How am I taking the gunfight in the moment? How am I sliding? How do I slide cancel? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? That's what I consider the differences in both. Did 5 spawn out? Yes, 5 did spawn out. Because they have multiple people past the 50-yard line, which then the game wants to flip if you aren't hard blocking. Is it always better? Both. Now, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent just to answer D-Mag's questions. Now, this is my opinion, and this is based on working with a lot of players. You want a good balance of both. You want a good balance of looking at the minimap to understand the game from an overall perspective, from a macro perspective, understand where you want to go from a flow perspective in relation to your team, where they're spawning, what routes they're taking, timings, flow, where you want to be on the map. But then you also want to, based on what you are as a player, look at it from a minimap perspective and think, okay, how do I child this gunfight? How do I position myself? What can I do better? I'm here, therefore I'm spawning in there. I get one. Based on this info, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So there's different things you want to do. You want a good balance of both. Okay, I child this gunfight like a burger because maybe instead of slide cancelling and cancelling my slide here to head glitch this, maybe I went too wide. You know, that's the differences in the micro. Maybe I didn't stun or nade correctly, or maybe I didn't do X, Y, and Z. So you really want a good balance of both when you are watching VOD. At the highest level, it is a balance of both. What's good, Rockin'? How you doing, fella? All the new viewers, followers, appreciate you guys. Let's get into this.
50 here in the COD League. You're going to make your way over towards the new hard point on the top right-hand side of the mini-map as well.
So, chat, 20 seconds left. They've spawned out boat. I'm spawning out boat. I'm saying, hey, there's someone going to be our side closed. Okay, let's play for new potentially right here. Take the spawn that you're given and take the routes. So let's see how they play this P1 to P2 transition. Okay, chat, a question for you guys, right? So, I'm going to test you guys on this situation. Here's the time, 16 seconds. Ideally, what do you want to do when it gets to about 25, 20 seconds of a hard point? What do you guys want to do? Go new, okay. Rotate, play for new, rotate. Okay, good. Right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, right? Excellent. Right here, Optic don't play for new. Now, I want you guys to tell me why Optic don't play for new, and I want you to tell me why it's the correct thing to do. No, Hempy, no. I don't agree with that. Now, I want you guys to start thinking, because I agree with what Optic have done here. I don't think they play for new. And this was the same situation on a Skyline P2 to P3 against Toronto when we had this argument. So, there was no point to go new if they are not together. So, let's say hypothetically, chat. Let's say hypothetically right here, number one plays for new. This is where you guys are going to start. This is what we call situational awareness. You're reading the game from the wave before, right? You're reading the game from the wave before. You're thinking and predicting what the enemies are going to do. So Call of Duty, a big part of Pro COD is about anticipation. You're trying to guess or predict what the enemies are going to do based on the wave before. So right here, this is a pretty fucking clean break from a clean set of kills from Vancouver, right? Optic have basically just been wiped. They're all just spawning up, right? It's 16. But look how far they've spawned. Whether you rotate or not is entirely based on the timings that you have in predicting, anticipating what the enemies are going to do. You've just been wiped at 20. So you're expecting Vancouver to have new rotation. You're expecting them. You're expecting them to have this pushed out, this side of the map pushed out because you're spawning boat, obviously from number 6. And because you have no map progression, because you have no information, chat, you are predicting and expecting them to have the hotspots of new or the hybrid spots of new first. Okay? So right here, if Dashi or number one plays for new, it's a risk. He doesn't have the timing to get into P2 reliably unless kills have been made. So if Huke is playing for new, he is going to die from the guy P2. And based on where they're spawning, he might either spawn here, or if number 5 is here, he might even spawn here. Okay? That is why I agree with Optic in clumping together. So I think they go old. They play to trade these two guys out, and this is where we have a hive mind, chat. Hive mind is basically doing things together wherever it may be on the map. It's either one of two options. It's either you hive mind front and take them fights, or you hive mind old, trade old, push through, you have the timing, and based on where you are on the map, you're going to spawn them either tin or boat. One of the two options. Now, which option you prefer? You could do either, right? I appreciate the tier 2 he did. Holy shit! Hey, chat! That's my first ever fucking tier 2! Wow! You're a fucking G! Appreciate that, dude. P-Father, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Holy shit, you're a fucking legend. That's a fucking W in the chat. The Diddler is dropping tier 2s! Get the baby already, chat! But not for me, though. Anyway, appreciate you, Did. Thank you so much, brother. Absolute legend. But let's keep these concepts transferable, chat. Let's keep them simple, right? They could hive mind front. But the problem with hive mind in front is, number one, he's in a power spot. so the percentage gunfight chance that you have is going to be low, even if you stun them, nade them, whatever. They're then in positions where they can activate and pinch you off that. So the risk reward isn't really there. But in this case here, chat, is if they play for old, they make these kills and they force trades, you spawn them out, and you have basically the same result. Fantastic work here from Texas. Hive minding, guys. Hive mind. Whatever you do, do with your teammate. Even if they do hit front, like look at this example here, chat. Look how far number one is away from his teammates. If number one was here buying time and they 4-man hit front, well, you're still getting pinched by 7. You have a potential pinch by 5. You're in a 4 versus 2, but you're getting shot from both sides. So the way Optic have played it is a fantastic example of situational awareness. Very, very good here.
It was a sophomore season. Him and Nasty looking to join the ranks of the EU GOATs.
This is how they get themselves out.
And they got the setup around P2.
Now let's see how they break. I mean, that's fine. All 4 should still spawn at the back. Now look at 3 setting up a pinch here. Nice, huge kill.
Through the well, through the side door.
Chat. When it comes to breaking a hill, what is my favorite number? And these are for my regulars out here. What is my favorite number when it comes to breaking? What do y'all think? What do you think? 3-1, 69. I like 69, but in this situation here, 3-1. I love 3-1s. Look at what they're doing here. This is essentially a 3-1 going on here. Yeah? Going through the lobby. Now they can ape him. They might, based on where anti-spawn is spawn here or spawn back boat. Actually, they should spawn back boat. Or maybe fire. Yeah, they spawn fire here. Okay, they spawn fire. But they can break this now. Easy. Easy. I love 3-1s. And now they're just picking up. Now this is where they're going to let the game come to them. Now they pick up lanes. They look at the minimap. They look at the minimap and they say, hey, okay, you watch the front. You watch the front. We will then shift where we think the pressure is coming from. So this is to Haggie's point. Angle responsibility. Now you're in a situation where you've got clean kills and you've broken the setup. You want to try and play tight at least, and then everyone has a responsibility for what lane they're picking up based on the order of the players, based on the fill, and you then get the information and play off that. You see it here. Kyler's going to pick up the well route. One guy's going to pick up lobby. He might even shift back to help. The reason why you also, this is the thing with pro COD, right? You also need to start thinking about this. This is, again, situational awareness. You're bringing the time into it because based on where they're spawning, you're predicting what routes they're going to take. When you predict what routes they're going to take, you're going to predict what they're going to do, what they want to do, what their objectives are. The game can be very linear sometimes, meaning you will be put in the same situations or you'll encounter the same situations more often than not. So a situation here, if I know they're spawning fire and there's still... during that wave, there is still time on the clock. I'm predicting them to be like, okay, they might be taking well routes or lobby routes to try and flip us and then break the time. So this is another example, chat, of anticipating what the enemy is going to do because you're just thinking about what you would do in that situation as well. I'd think here at 44 seconds, okay, if I'm spawning fire, there's a good chance they will take well routes or they will take lobby routes to break. If not, if they don't, under the assumption that they don't, then obviously Shots is in a power spot, staying alive, playing info. So this is how we then pick up the right lanes, predict what the enemies are going to do, play off the predictions, then when we get specific information, we're helping each other either way. Break the hill, get time? Yes, break the hill, get time. Is the one supposed to wait for the other 3? I don't mind him not waiting for the other 3 because he thought he had the timing to take. This is where you don't want to be so rigid in the way you play. This is where you give freedom and creativity to the talent that you have. If your talent feels like he has a timing to get a free kill, do it. I don't care. Fucking do it. Because sometimes you lose the timing if you're trying to play too perfect. It's about progression, not perfection, right? Right here, if Ant doesn't take that timing, he doesn't get that kill, they don't break. Right, that's one less person in the break. Thank you, Gravity, for the prime. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. So right here, look at what they're picking. Now they're going to predict, or they should predict, where or what they're going to do. He had a free life? He did, yeah. and play OBJ or rotate. That's why you have to be careful with challenging everything.
Over to driveway and Dashi.
How do I explain to my ranked teammates that they're not good enough to take a 1v challenge? I'm going to show you, Tati, how exactly you do it. So you're going to press Z.
Immaculate.
You're going to hold Z, and you're going to say, "Hey, motherfuckers, wait for me, you shit cans. We're going to do shit together." On it, I don't care what slur you use. I don't care what swear you use. You're going to use it, and you're going to say, "Hey, wait the fuck for me." You're going to be on open mic, and you're going to say, "You're waiting the fuck for me. We're going to chill together." And you see right here, based on where you spawn, chat is also a big thing of where you spawn. That will tell you where their furthest pushed out player is going to be. If you spawn in top right, you know, boom, someone's around this area, essentially. If you spawn bottom right, then you know someone's in the hill pushing out. If you spawn well, they're blocking the back and they're front. Where you spawn gives you information of where the enemies are going to be. It's right here, guys. Right here, chat. Let's think like a pro player. What is the time on the clock? So what are we trying to do with the time on the clock? And how many kills have we just made? What are we thinking here, chat? Play ahead. Yes, chat. This is what we've got, playing ahead. Very good answer. Well, they've just made one kill. Yes, we're trying to flip. We're trying to go new. We're trying to flip, but the way that you want to go new is you want to do it together. You're trying to force trades together, okay? So right here, as long as they're taking fights together and they then run forward, they'll flip them behind.
Feel like the bullets missed are only intentional.
The Hercules had bad timing. Hercules had bad timing, but it's all good. He's the fucking Hercules. He's gonna spawn up and he's gonna get a 4-piece or some shit. So this is really good. Honestly, this is really good from Vancouver, but this is such bad timing. This is a situation I'm gonna nitpick. I'm gonna nitpick so fucking hard right here. Okay. In my opinion, there's 20 seconds left. Right? 20 seconds left. Brandon does a fucking really good job watching bottom secret. Right? But if they take well routes, fucking let them. Let them. First of all, if you die from well, they're gonna spawn you out. They're gonna spawn you boat, as long as they fire here, right? You're gonna spawn boat, so you're gonna have an easy rotation to mid or P3 based on the flow, right? And I'm super nitpicking. I think right here he just keeps ironing bottom secret until Mason gets a kill, and then he runs forward. Personally, maybe even gets to the fucking hill and they bump out like this, force the flip behind. Because then once they make kills towards the time, they can then re-bump out and get lobby control. They spawn in here, and they're going to be taking these routes. So, super nitpicky, but obviously Brandon's initial play was good. Do you ever think Surge had a chance? Yeah, I did. I mean, chance to win? I actually did. I thought before even the game started, there was a world that could have been 4-1 Surge, in my opinion.
Laser beams, I feel like the bullets missed are only
so like they're kind of tweaking here, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let the tweaking slide.
The first mistake made, and that turns into a 4 down, and they spawn out. Vancouver.
Look at what are the chat. Spam the emotes. If you know what Optic are doing, spam the fucking emotes right now. Right now, spam it. What do you see? What do you all see here? What do you see? What do you see here? Spam. I want to see some spams. What are they doing, chat? What? Every time I see this, I'm gonna fucking spam this shit. Spam it, chat. Spam it. We're aping. We ape together strong. Ape together strong. It does not matter what the fuck you are doing. Okay, it does. But do it together. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey trade, monkey flip. That's it. Look at him banging out here. They're going to kill him, and he'll probably end up spawning out anyway.
Back in it. A massive moment for Vancouver.
Never mind, he died first. Actually, he might spawn here. Yeah, he spawns there. Will he spawn out? No, he spawns in. Okay.
Surge in position.
That's the type of shit I fucking love, chat.
Trophies out, ready.
The emotes, bright. The emotes are insane.
To go, and you got roamers all.
Right, what do you notice for 3 and 4, chat? What do you notice for 3 and 4? What do you notice with 3 and 4? What are they doing?
All over the place.
Rotating together for trades. Yes, very good. This is the teamwork aspect of it, chat. Look at them, look at them, look at them. They're moving like SEAL Team 6. Now they're going to flow. Now they're going to potentially let the game come to them. Why do you think Optic wasn't playing together like they did in Champs all year? Just need time. You just need time. It's a time thing. It takes time to do this in the moment. Because guys, you have your game plans, right? When I'm going through my teams over the years, not personalities. I'm gonna use Merc and onwards, right? So with my teams over the couple of years, you have your game plans. We have game plans for every hill. We have an idea of what our flow should look like, how we want to react to situations, what we want to fill first, what we want to pick up first, what the hybrid spots are, power spots. That has to be muscle memory first. That has to be things that are so systematic and so ingrained that you do it naturally. Once you get to that point, then you can do this. You can't do this without having a foundation. That is why the best teams in the game, your LATs, your Phases, your Miamis, these Vancouvers, your fucking Texases, right? They have a system. Once you understand the system to a T and you understand the flow, then you can do stuff like this. Then you can call an audible. Then you have an option play. Then you can do what you want in the moment. You have to balance playing like it's ranked play versus playing structured. You need structure in order to then play like this. You can't skip steps. Absolutely. You cannot skip steps. Look at him. Look at one refilling through time. They're going to start refilling through time. Good try. Good try. Now 2's going to be called on. Hey, I spawned out. And 4 is instantly going to pick it, by the way. Instantly going to pick it. Chat, this is fantastic communication, right? This is what I want you guys doing in ranked. If you do not get the spawn you think you should, speak it to a teammate. Your teammate can react and use that information. Hey, I've spawned out. Okay, that means someone's fucking blocking somewhere. Right? Where you spawn is giving you information. We use that information to make the game easy. Shotzi has died. The fact that Shotzi's died, Shotzi's not in the play, chat. He's not in the play, but where he spawned is giving you information of where the enemy is. He's then saying, without shooting a single bullet, what Dashi should be doing or looking at. This is how you set your teammates up. So when you're in ranked, if you don't spawn where you think you should spawn, every spawn tells you something. It gives you something. If you don't get the closest spawn to the hill, there's a degree of manipulation happening. Use that information. Say it to your teammate. Your teammate can do something from that. I want you guys doing that in ranked. The amount of times people spawn out in ranked and don't say it, it makes me want to fucking break my monitor. That's why you're fucking hard stuck crimson. Because we're not saying shit like this.
And there's a pinch developing now with Surge on time.
Oh yeah, we are battling in this one. 0-4 winning a gunfight from time.
Good kill. Good kill from Brandon. Now look how annoying Brandon... Look how annoying this guy is. Same again, chat. Same again. Same again. When you don't have teammates with you, when you're on your own on a certain side of the map, and you're outnumbered, your job is to just be annoying. Your job is just to hold progression. Your job is to drag people away. When you stay alive as long as you can, and this is what we call value in your life, when you recognize you can't solo break the hill like a fucking magician, like you're Superman, and you recognize, okay, I'm going to try and play my kills. He got 1 kill here, right? He got this kill. Shifted over just to buy time. Play a hybrid spot, a power spot to try and get the second, right? It opens up timings for the rest of your teammates to do something. This game is so punishing if you don't have map control. If you do not value your life on this game, you will get punished. Enemies will spawn next to the fucking hill. They will punish you. You will spawn in Narnia, right? Look at Dashi here. It doesn't matter what weapon you have. We looked at Kyler P1, Huke P1, staying the fuck alive. Now we look at Dashi on this hill, staying the fuck alive. The fact that he got 2 was insane to me. This is how you bring your teammates into the play. This is how you then set up the next wave. Let's see their flow off spawn. So the way teams want to break P3 is you want to try and get plat first. You want to flow and you want to fill through plat. You want to take these routes first, right? And then you can pinch through tin. So chat, my question to you guys is, why do you want to play plat first? Why do you want to take routes first? Why do you want to fight for that first? What's the reason for that? There's a reason for it. I know it's difficult to fight for office first when people are in there, but let's say you have information that there's only one. Why do you want to fight for it first? Give me some answers here, chat. So, there's one that is situation specific for this one, but there's also a reason why teams will elect to fill that in first. And if you guys don't know what fill means, it means based on who comes off spawn in what order of rank, we'll pick up the lanes first. So right here, teams will take routes like this, or jump up like this, or like this first to fight for plat, and then refill tin like this, right? Good. Plat on both sides for P3 chat is a very, very, very powerful hybrid spot to help in every single direction. This spot right here, you control plat, you are in a very good position to break the hill. This is what we call a progression spot right here. Why do we call plat a progression spot? What's the reason for plat being a progression spot? Think about it. What is the reason why having plat is a progression spot? So this is a position you want to hold before you set up a break. But why? Why is that? So power spot and hybrid spot aside. So to explain to you guys what a progression spot is, a progression spot on a map is a certain area that you want to control relative to whatever hardpoint is up. So in this case it's P3, to allow your teammates to run up into that lane to help you for free. In order to not worry about any other lane. So let's say if I'm holding plat here, chat, I have the ability to run up and use that to then set up a pinch or do something else. That's what we call a progression spot. It's an area of the map that you hold to allow the rest of your teammates to get up to a certain part of a map to set up a break or kills or trades without the fear of dying. So right here, plat is a fantastic progression spot, because it allows you to refill and set up a break based on that, however that looks like. And the reason why plat is so important is because it's such a huge power spot to back people down, get info and take fights, and most importantly, you can springboard, you can bump off of that to then take different routes conducive to the break. Take different routes that complement the break. Complement is a big word. Complement meaning you might take different routes, but you're taking the same fights. So you could take different routes here once you've got plat to then suffocate the enemies. Once you have plat control here, chat, and you start pinching, look, Toronto are fantastic at this, you start pinching cat or you start pinching tin, you suffocate teams. You want to, when you're breaking a hill, you want to make sure you're taking creative routes that complement each other to then have multiple attacks. That is how we break hills. You look at Optic here, the reason why they've taken these routes anyway is because Brandon has progression, meaning Brandon has an Dashi has an area of the map that they can get to him because he's making so much noise, so much movement. He's dragging people away. They then use that, get to him, trade the kills, and then collapse on the time. In the order that you do it is very important. You don't want the last guy taking the furthest route. It has to be the first guy. Then the last guy can take the easiest route or the quickest route to the time. So you'll see it here. Look at Hugh trying to get to Dashi. Mercules then refills time, and now he's playing for new. But let's say hypothetically, chat. Let's say hypothetically there's 45 seconds left and they've set up this break, right? Mercules is in the hill. Shotzi won't rotate. Shotzi will hold plat. Huke is cat. Dashi's dead. Dashi's going to spawn well because of where he's spawning. Now, the reason why this is now what we call a hybrid spot or a power spot, chat, is because now when he knows exactly where the enemies are spawning, he lets the game come to him. He's in a position where he can help either side. And then Huke can get involved either side. This is why it's important, chat. You want to control hybrid spots when you have a break or when you've made a clean wave. And right here, they could let the game come to them. Easy enough.
P3 and Optic come out on top, and even on the rotation, Optic are there first, but those
Very good.
white arrows are
Very good.
coming.
Now look at number 1, just getting to number 2. Get to number 2 and ape together strong. They don't have numbers. They're in a 3 versus 4 theoretically. They didn't know where he was initially, right? Until Merc got naded, stunned. So now it's a 3 versus 3. They got that kill, right? Chat, now it's a 3 versus 2. So get together, use your numbers, spawn them back garden, play with your numbers. Keep it stupid simple. When you have numbers, get together, do something. Don't care what it is, do something. This is teamwork right here.
Takes him down.
Shots got to win this, and he does.
Very good. Now 4 getting across. Now they're going to spawn back here because they've got no map progression.
Another great hard point.
Alright, chat. Another question for you guys, for my regulars, and I keep on preaching this, okay? For the first 30 seconds, if you guys have watched my Twitter videos, for the first 30 seconds, when you have control of a hill, what should you be doing? What is the point of the first 30 seconds of a hill? Or I'd say maybe the first 20 seconds of a hill, going into the next 20 seconds of a hill. Okay, good. Good. Gravity, what do you think? Gridlock, what do you think? Chaos, what do you think? Ibby, what do you think? Okay, capturing hybrid positions. Good, good, good answer. Yes. You want to make sure you're controlling the hybrid spots for the first 20 seconds of a hill. Absolutely. What else? What else, chat? Give me some answers, chat. Rico, give me some answers. What are we trying to do for the first 30 seconds of a hill? Don't die on time. Good. Flores, very good answer. Or Fiores, however you say your name. Control the spawns. Good. Controlling the spawns is good. Trying to kill the enemies, getting settled on the hill so you can continue to push out, keep them further. Now, the first half I like. I like the answer. No, that's a good answer. Yeah, you guys are fantastic, right? So this is essentially a clean wave. This is the first 20 seconds of a hill, right? This is the first 20 of a hill, right? Now, it's the same thing for the first 20 and then for the following 20. If you get a clean wave, so this is going to be the first wave of P4. Think of it like a team fight, right? Think of it like League of Legends if you play League of Legends, Dota if you play Dota, right? This is the first team fight of the hill. During the first team fight of the hill, as long as you are controlling the power spots of the hill, as long as you are controlling the hybrid spots of the hill, if you let the game come to you, they can't just bang down time because they have so many things they need to clear. They have to set up a team push, right? The entire time that they're clearing the map, that they're setting up a team push, you are soaking time. It takes about 20 seconds for one wave. I went back and I counted it. If you stay the fuck alive and you don't scam, and you let the game come to you, you get 20 seconds on most hills before you even get into a gunfight. So they let the game come to you. He's going to refill where required, right? He's going to play his kills. They're going to spawn them well because they pushed out both sides. From that wave, they're using teamwork. They're trying to play the kills. And then they can use their free life. Then they can go. So look at when you guys are set up on a hill, everyone has a lane that they need to prioritize. Everyone has a lane that they're responsible for. So Shotzi is responsible for all the info on this side of the map. Them two are helping each other, and this guy's going to be picking up the pinch. This is what their flow is. This is what their fill is, right? In those 20 seconds, what do you expect from the players? So right here, this is what I expect. I'm expecting the first guy to pick up his angle, second and third guy to pick up whatever's required off that, and then the last guy is essentially picking up pinch. In this case, they have both sides pushed out. So once they make kills, you're going to spawn them well, okay? This is very important because now this is what we call a setup. They're in a setup right here, and a setup is basically controlling hybrid spots or power positions in order to set up the next wave in your favor, in order to give you the highest probability of winning that next wave or getting that first kill of the next wave. This is what a setup is, right? Now, why is this setup giving Optic an advantage? What do we call this right here, chat, if you can see? What do we call this right here? What is this? Team shots, yes. But what is it though? It's a team shot, but it's also something else. It's a crossfire. Fantastic. This is a crossfire. Why, chat? Give me an answer. Why are crossfires so important? Why are crossfires so deadly on Call of Duty? P did, Nick, Brighty. What do you guys reckon? Chaos, what do you reckon? D-Mag, what do you reckon? Bait and switch, good. Good. Enemy's going to be weak from both teammates, good. You don't know? No worries. Easy picks, very good. So the reason why crossfires are deadly, especially on high time to kill games, is if I'm Vancouver and I'm setting up a break, okay? And I'm sliding through. When you are on both sides of a hill, you can only take a fight looking one way. If you're taking the fight one way, the teammate behind you is going to kill you, right? So when you control both sides of the map, it gives you the ability to set up things like that. Set up gunfights like that. So you're almost guaranteed to take a one, because it's on Vancouver to initiate and be proactive when it comes to breaking the hill. So let the game come to you, set up team shots, set up crossfires. When you let the game come to you, it buys time to then allow your teammates to come into the fight. And then from a micro perspective, you can stay here, you can slide cancel, you can finesse, you can then take team charts together. So this is fantastically done right here from Optic during the first wave, during the first team fight.
Optic in control. Let's go for a listen in.
Chat, what does the last guy in a flow do? What does the last guy in a flow do? What's his responsibility? It was good, Priest Junior. Nope, not to be annoying. The last guy, the fourth guy. Not taking the easiest route, not in. So you're right, Gravity. You're right. You're spot on. Okay, but in this in this situation, the last guy has two responsibilities. He's keeping the game controlled, and he's watching pinch. Yes, very good, very good. So when you're the last guy in the flow, based on the time, based on where you want to get them spawning, your job is to keep the game controlled. Keep them on a side. Control the chaos. Let the game come to you. Make your kills. Keep them on one side. When you keep them on one side, you know where they're spawning. When you know where they're spawning, you know the timings. When you know the timings, you know what routes they're going to take. When you know what routes they're going to take, you know who you're looking for. When you know who you're looking for, you know how many you're looking for. When you know how many you're looking for, easy, right? Advantageous positions. Control the chaos. Last guy dictates where you're keeping them. The last guy is so important on this game. Not even to watch pinch. Like, the last guy keeps the game controlled in either direction. He can run forward, and Ant can play here, and you can spawn him. You can spawn him Lambos here, right? This is why the last guy is very important in the flow. Guys, when you play your ranked games, look at your minimap. I want you spawning up, looking at your minimap, looking at your kill feed, right? Analyze, digest the information that you're getting. Draw the picture. Paint the picture is what I call it, right? Paint your bloody picture. When you're painting your picture, am I the last guy in the flow? Okay, is it 30 seconds? Yes. Is there more than 30 seconds? Sorry. Yes. Okay, we've just made a clean wave. Okay. Do I want them on that side of the map, or do I want them to flip? Okay, I'm going to block. There are certain positions you can play to hard block, so on and so forth. Keep the game controlled. Keep them in front of you. Keep the game in front of you. Oh. Very good from Nep, by the way. So, what has Nep done really well? What do you guys think Nep has done fantastically well here? Or tremendously well here? What do we call this, chat? For my regulars out there, what do we call this? What is Nep done here? Delays the push, but what do we call it? What does he have? Yes. Two things, chat. They've got a clean wave. If he wanted, he does have a free life. Technically has a free life. Look how close they're spawning, right? In this situation, I think this is kind of rogue, because it's based on the hill. So right here, I don't hate it. I just think he has to be careful, right? But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Look at how deep he's spawning him. Look how deep he's spawning him. Neptune, Travis is micro bumping. Once you get the trades, if you are the first guy, your job, regardless if you die or not, for the sake of efficient COD, is to micro bump. When you micro bump past the 50 yard to their side of time, you give them the deepest spawn that you can. And they get deeper with how far you push on this side. So look at how far. I want you guys to watch Optic spawns here, right? I want you guys to truly visualize Optic spawns. Look at where 4 is spawning. Right? But now, in this situation, look at where 1 has spawned. Right? Look at where 1 and 3 has spawned compared to 4. These slight differences are more prominent on other hills as well. There are hills like Rewind P5 where, forget your life. I don't care if you're 1-shot. I don't want you front baiting. If you are 1-shot, I want you micro bumping to their side of time, give them the deepest spawn that you can while still staying alive, and then that affects the trades because then you're spawning closer, so then your timings for your trades are quicker. When your timings for your trades are quicker, you keep applying pressure. You keep refilling your time. This is a concept that I call bumping and block, right? When you bump out, you refill through time, and last guy blocks. Bump, refill, block. Bump, refill, block. Be right back. Be right back. Bumping through. Your teammates refill through time. I don't want them taking stupid routes. Last guy blocking. Bump, refill, block. BRB. Simple as that. Now, chat. If this guy is bumping, why do I not want him taking mid routes in this situation? Why do I want the R to be refilling through time? Someone explain that to me. Someone give me an answer on why you think bad timings delays the time, which delays the trades, which loses your hill. He's the closest. Good. Come on. Soap, give me an answer. Come on, guys. Playmaker, give me an answer. Gravity, give me an... Oh, you've given me an answer. Andrew, give me an answer. Wonder, give me an answer. Tati, give me an answer. Razor, give me an answer. What do we think? Why do I not want him taking a route in this situation? Thank you, Hun. It would be a 2v1 on hill if he takes a mid route. Bank for trades. So, good answers, guys. In this situation, the reason why you don't want him to take a route is it fucks up his timings. It ruins his timings. You want to be in positions to help the trade immediately. God forbid, for whatever reason, Neptune micro bumps and dies instantly. Okay? Time is white. Time is white. So they're going to get the closest spawn possible, right? On a teammate. The closest spawn possible on a teammate. That's considered safe, right? They will just bang time. You might be here by the time they're hitting hill. You might be here. Now, you don't have the timing to then take favorable gunfights. You are now in a disadvantageous position right here. This is what we call a bad timing. If you continuously put pressure towards the time, you can then deny their furthest pushed up guy. When you deny their furthest pushed up guy, you will get the closest spawn possible. When you get the closest spawn possible, you keep aping time. You keep refilling time, and you keep trading the most efficient kills. This is flow. Keep it stupid simple. Ape time, deny the furthest guy, trade. That is what the best teams do, guys. That is what the best teams do. So look at that. That's the difference here. Look at where they spawn here. That's the closest spawn possible you'll get when they have no map progression. Now look how they're refilling. In fact, this might I hate this spawn. I think that doesn't. I mean, I get it, but I don't think that should be a thing. I think you should get the Lambo spawn. That should be like the no map progression spawn. What do we see number 1 doing, chat? What do we see number 1 doing? What do we see him doing? Okay, chat. I want to listen. I want someone to give me an answer. What number one's done? It's a free life. Playing next, but it's his free life. But I want to do a list. I want to focus on the listening here. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything.
He's gonna slide in a second. Here.
Open up, see what HP.
Yes, they need me.
One's pinch.
Two open, two open.
He's hitting pinch, close checkers. He was one shot.
Watch out, absolute boost on that. Watch out, boost on that.
I'm chowing this. Go chow. I'm one shot.
Backed
I'm
up.
gonna take her out.
I'm chowing outer. I'm holding outer. Outer dead.
Nice. Hold up.
I
Give me a sec. They're all inside. They're all inside.
Hope inner dead. I'm absolute one time. I need to. Nice. Go.
Buck.
Close line, bud.
I've opened.
Playing the rock.
Yo, one back top lobby.
Two lambo.
Good, two more lambo.
Okay, stay out.
Nice. Guys, go and touch fire on me.
Yeah, I'm picking up dark. Try to pick up close.
He ran like secret there.
Yep, I'm looking dark.
Gates up dark. He jumped out. Flanking plat. Flanking plat. No cap.
One shot on me. Good call, dead. I'm push out their plat. I'm spawn killing. Top plat, 04 dead. Plat, one shot. Plat was one shot.
Nice. Two.
One more. He's going.
Okay. So yes. So right here, this was perfect. This was perfect. Now, Kyler has two options. Hugh has two options here. He's the first guy. Remember, guys, if you're the first guy, it's your responsibility to take a route because your timings are going to be the most favorable. So right here, he has two options. He either can set up the play here or take a route. Your first guy in a break is going to dictate how you are going to do the break. If he pinches, the rest of you can bang something. If he wants to bang time, the rest of you can bang time and you ape together strong. So what they do here is they basically set up a 3-1. This is what I've been preaching all year. Look how they set up this 3-1.
I'm gonna take her out.
This is exactly the clip that I made 2 weeks ago. Is you get someone slide cancelling on this, clearing outer, you can then take Charles inner if needed. So let's see how they break this. 2 is trying to follow up, which is fine. I don't mind this. He's taking a complementary route to take the same fights as Kyler. I don't mind this. Look at 3. 3 has somehow just world starred on time. Look at 3's arrow here. Look at his arrow. He's just killed him on a heady, by the way. And the most important thing, again, this is part of your flow, guys. This is for you guys in ranked. The last guy has spawned up. It doesn't matter what weapon you have. We're not anchoring anymore. We don't have any, these roles do not, for the most part, exist anymore, right? We have 4 players who basically do the same thing, but whatever weapon you have will dictate what power spot you are playing on. Right here, chat. My quote unquote entry, whatever the fuck you wanna, whatever the fuck he's labeled on Reddit, right, is blocking spawns. Merc isn't coming back to block. Dashy's not coming back to block saying, hey, I'm the anchor. No, we don't have rules like that anymore. It's whatever you have to do in the moment in relation to the macro. In relation to the chessboard you are playing, the chess game that you are playing, you have to do what is required. Okay? Fantastic from Shotzi. He's even calling it out. Him calling it out gives him the green light to be like, yo, I'm going rogue. Or vice versa. If Kyler says, yo, I'm using my free life, I'm going rogue, someone block. Keep the game controlled. Either or. Very fantastic from Optic right here. Good job from them.
Yo, one back top lobby.
Two lambo.
Good, two more lambo.
Okay, stay out.
Nice. Guys, go and touch fire on me.
Yeah, I'm picking up dark. Try to pick up close.
He ran like secret there.
Yep, I'm looking dark.
Nice. Good comms.
He jumped out. Flanking plat. Flanking plat. No cap.
Look at him taking. This is what I love to see. Holy fuck. This the shit. This is the shit that when I see my teams do, I get like, I'm not even going to say it, but it makes me feel some kind of way. Chat, I know you probably can't see it, but Dashi is one shot, right? Look at Shotzi taking the inner chow with him. This is teamwork, chat. This is aping. Look, Dashi is not doing too much. He's staying the fuck alive. He's baiting for Ant, and then he's going to chow over him. This is teamwork right here. This is the shit that I fucking live for right here. This is how I want all my teams to play. This kind of shit. Now they're going to spawn boat. He's coming it.
I'm push out their plat. I'm spawn killing. I'm spawn killing.
Wow.
Flat, 04 dead. Another roommate flat.
Free
Flat,
life.
one shot. Flat was one shot. Open.
Play hard.
Still flat, that was
He's gonna spawn up. Yep.
right back off spawn. Right back off spawn.
Boom. Now they can shift across. Yo, bro, I know Optic just won, but what realistic roster change in the top teams happen if... Honestly, I don't know. It entirely depends on the contract situations for most of these teams. Like, say, for example, LAT, I think Nadeshot said that they have 2 years. So, realistically, what? Falcons might be the only team who want to buy him out. Maybe changes between FaZe, Toronto, possibly. Texas, I don't see making a change after winning champs. So, FaZe, Toronto, Vancouver might make changes. I don't know, dude. It's just hard to say.
Your open shot. I have your open shot. Open dead. Another.
Look at them, guys. Hard one side, soft on the other.
Yo, make sure
You-
you block over stuff close.
Yes, good. It doesn't matter which side you do it.
One might go around.
Make sure you're controlling the hybrid spots. The reason why you said people said Falcon followed up easy. Fuck's sake. I can see it happening. Right here, you control your hybrid spots. You let the game come to you. Easy, dude. Easy. Look at him.
Yeah, they're going open. I'm helping you open. Watch your open. Watch your one guy's deep close.
And then they soak the time. Look, they still let the game come to them. They've made kills, but look, 2 is soaking the entire time. This is the importance of letting the game come to you and playing your power spots to buy time. Playing your power spots or hybrid spots to give you that high percentage chance of winning a gunfight and give you that specific information. Specific information is king. Good try.
Just hold. Watch your front new. Watch front new. He's probably through. He's probably
Nice. Okay, well spawned. Yep.
It could be through. Nothing front new. They could be in the back.
That's him. No, touch well. Touch well. Nasty. That was a
Good.
Nothing front new.
Should spawn. Oh, where's he gonna spawn here? Well.
Yo, we're spawning them well. We are spawning them.
That is such a good comp, by the way. Good comp. Yes, you can say that. Yeah, technically you can. Good comp.
Watch your open. Watch your one
You can say right here, yeah, he could get off time, but like if he gets off time, he's gonna die. He's gonna. You see my last comment then? Yeah, I did. Hugh moved from aggro to OBJ knowing your position. Yes. Right here, it's hard for him to get off time. He's gonna die. He knows they have both windows. So if he gets off time, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. He's gonna get fucked.
touch well. Nasty. That was a
This was such a good comp from Hugh, saying they're spawning well, by the way.
Yo, we're spawning them well. We are spawning them well.
Yep, good comp.
Got my front.
Yeah, I'm here as well. Just go.
Help him.
I'm shouting out your side.
04 got me. 04 got me in the back. Another one. Stay down.
Yo, stay down. Make it. Watch your center.
Good try. He was gonna make him OE. Good route from 4. Good route from Brandon. He spawns here. He should recognize, hey, I spawned here for a reason, so someone's gonna be on the left.
Unbelievably
Nice.
calm there from Optic, and look, this is a perfect.
Yeah, might as well. Exactly. Take the 3 seconds, make him OE, set up your teammate. You know.
Best P2 break team in the game on this hill.
You just have
This
to.
is where they fight back to get through, but Shotzi looking to take it from you. It's a battle for the final 20.
Nice. Good hold from Vancouver though. Very, very good hold from Vancouver. Now look at Vancouver bumping out. They're gonna spawn him well here. Nice. This is perfect. This is perfect. Vancouver do this every single time. I promise you, chat. I have played Vancouver a million times this year on Hassie. When they have P2 time and they have scrap, they will do this together every single time, and someone is just going to late play for Scams Cat. They do this like clockwork. This is their game plan. This is their flow. They are going to do this every time to then force you to spawn out. Block this, boom. This guy's then cutting you. It's fucking fantastic. No, I haven't. Exactly. That's how you make the game easy for your teammates, chat. But right here, ape together strong. Do something together. Force trades.
That's going to be very useful in the new hill.
Yeah, bait and boozer.
Very, very good. This is very good. Now, same again, chat. You want to play for Plat as a progression spot to break P3. Because he's so close to the Hellstorm? Yeah, that's true. This right here, they were trying to get 0-4 the Hellstorm, so like they were taking their time here. It was so unfortunate that he didn't get it. If they got it, the game might have been... If he wins this gunfight, the game is potentially different. The game is potentially different because then he's dead. They ape. This guy's repinching. They spawn in back garden, and they have a streak for P4. This could have been this right here, chat, was the turning point of the game. As in, this is where Optic run away with it. Because now he doesn't have a streak, and now they don't break P3. Now they're gonna spawn out. Oh wait. Yeah, they'll spawn well. Yep. Such a good play from Shotzi. Holy fuck. Let's see that again. Look at this shit. Look at him. He's moving. He's grooving. They have plat control as a hybrid spot. Insane. Now he's pushing this out. As he spawns out well, he's like, yo, yo, yo. They're going to be guarding. Look at the flow. He's picking up what he needs to. Angle responsibility. Picking up what they need to. Blocking everything. They're going to give him a lobby spawn. Yep, lobby spawn right here, chat. And this is what I'm saying, chat. Chat, this is the perfect example of once you get a clean wave, more than 30 seconds on the time, control your power spots. Let the game come to you. He has a free life. He has a free life to do whatever he wants based on where they think they're spawning, right? This is fine. No, this is good. The reason why this is good is because you let the game come to you. Kyler has a free life. He can play the first kill of the next wave. He can get specific info. This guy can stay alive. This guy's going to stay alive. This guy's going to stay alive. They will spawn close to the time because they have no map progression, right? They will spawn close, then refill where they need to. And the entire time you are doing it, it's going to take them like 18 seconds to even get to the time. Huge. This is how you play the wave. Very wave by wave. Right here. Look at this shit, dude. Look at him. Look. So let's actually count it, right? I'm gonna show you guys. Let's count it. Right. 41 seconds, okay? 41 of a clean wave. This is the importance. This is why there is such a big difference between playing ranked, for example, and playing in the Pro League. It's less about trying to do the hero push out, everybody scam, everybody spawn trap, because when you scam, teams are just going to fly at hill. There's no need for them to clear anything.
Plays in the big moments, and Shotzi right now is doing it all. Double positive.
Nice. There you go. Look. Still 10 seconds here. 10 seconds.
That is a man hunting for his third ring.
He still spawns. He's going to refill where required.
4 kills before he gets the ring, though. Oh, what a move. Omni moving.
What's the time on the clock here?
You'll get 4 kills before he gets the ring, though. Oh, what a move. Omni moving.
21. Chat. It's taken him 20 seconds off one wave to get to the time. Because then now, once they win this next team fight, that is another guaranteed 20 seconds. This is the importance of controlling the game, controlling the spawns, keep the chaos controlled, play your safety net spot. 3 of you guys should be playing your hybrid or power spot. 1 guy can go rogue, try and get a kill of the next wave, get specific info, spawn up close, refill based off where the pressure is coming from. You get 20 seconds before they even get the time, and now you're in the advantage for the next wave to get another 20 seconds. Pro Call of Duty is about maximizing the advantageous positions you get and minimizing the disadvantageous positions you have. Exactly. Yep. No, 100% they don't. And that's one of the differences between, say, top challenger kids and players and, for example, ranked. All from one wave, chat.
And look at what this is doing on the minimap, by the way. He's just buying so much time. His spree continues, but him just contesting allows
and
teammates to
not only did they get that free 20 seconds from one wave, they then have rotation for new because now Vancouver are forced to push it. Value your lives. 3 guys safety net, 3 guys power position or hybrid spots, 1 guy has a free life, specific info, teamwork to shift around, take your team fights, come off spawn, refill what's necessary. Easy. Easy. Easy, chat. This is it. This is it, chat. And now they've lost rotations, but they're in a good position to break this. Yep, spawning well, so you know they're both sides. He spawns close. Look at that spawn here, guys, because they have no map progression. Yeah. Right, let's listen in. Sorry, guys.
I'll go front, okay? You guys go mid. Yeah, probably the fire. He's not pushing up front. Fire, weak. He's low fire, okay?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me listen to this and I'll rewind.
I'm not out yet. I'm sitting back. One was on spawning.
Oh, his gravity. Right, chat. Look at this, right? Look at how they broke this. Right, and I want us to break it down. I want us to break it down from a micro perspective. Why is this good? So, first of all, actually, from a macro perspective, why is this break good? Someone explain to me why, from a macro perspective, Optic's break is good. What is this? It's a 3-1. Okay, fantastic, right? So good. That's the macro perspective down. Now, from a micro, what is fantastic about this? Let me explain to you guys, right? First of all, Mercules is holding progression ironing for any scammers. He's ironing in an off angle for any scammers in case somebody pushes out, right? In order to set up a team push. Look how they slide cancel. Look how they slide and make it so hard for 04 to hold this reliably, right? Look how they do this, first of all. You see how they've done this, chat? Mercules, the first guy in line, has slid to the door. Mercules is trying to predict, so this is what I want you guys to do in ranked, right? When you're breaking a hill, you're trying to predict based on what you see in the moment, how they're setting up, right? You're predicting, you're anticipating. Mercules is holding an off angle here to deny any scammers. He realizes he's holding his L1 stick, right? L1 button. Nothing is scamming. He then, when he's sliding down, he's playing info and checking this, right? So let's look at it right here. So look at it, right? So he's getting info. Hercules himself, the god himself, is getting info that there's nothing here. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't anyone in this corner, right? So he knows there's nothing here at least. So, process of elimination, he's thinking, right, there's either someone here, or playing this side, right? So what they're going to do, and this is what we do, is first guy is going to slide cancel this. He's going to clear the right. He's not going to clear this. He's going to clear this. He's not clearing these two. These are the last things that you clear. Because when you clear the outer angles first with your slide cancel, via process of elimination, he's either going to be one of two sides. Based on what Mercules is saying, Shotzi will chal the second guy in the flow, is going to chal off that. So if Mercules doesn't see anything anything here, Shotzi will chal one of these two sides as a process of elimination. Mercules will then chal off that based on the other process of elimination, right? So right here, because Mercules via process of elimination is saying, hey, I'm going to slide here, check this. Shotzi then chals over him, pop glitches him. It's called like a pop glitch where you slide cancel on a head glitch. Kills this guy. Mercules is challenging at the same time. So what they do in chat is they're using anticipation and process of elimination to take the same 2v1 gunfight together, and then they'll turn around, take the same 2v1, and then the same 2v1. It's about understanding, chat, in a break, what the setup is going to be based on what you see in the moment. Then from that, you're bouncing comms off each other and taking Charles at the same time. If 04 was in then any of these corners, Shotzi and Mercules would then chow off that. This is so fucking good. This is aping together, but then this is the micro of aping. They're in positions to drag aim assist and take fights together. This is how This is why Abizi, in my opinion, is one of the biggest or best players. Don't they already know there's one? Yes, they know there's one on the hill, right? So right here, they know there's one. They know. They know he's there. They don't know about him, but he's dead, right? So they know one is on the hill, right? They know one is on the hill. But this guy could very well do this. That's the thing, Pac-Man. This guy, you don't know what this guy's doing. He could very well shift over. You don't know that. You can't just assume that. He could very well shift over and take the same fights, like what LAT would do. LAT would get in this setup. Envoy did it against Vancouver. He's watching Lambos. He knows the timings. He sees nothing. He's going to give it up, right? This is why, regardless if it's 1 or 2, look how they set this up. Let's say hypothetically, so you are right, they know one is on the hill. They don't know where he is on the hill. You don't know. This could still go wrong. And he's just died. He could take his timing and instantly play towards hill, right? He could still do that. It's the concept of the fact that they're using process of elimination. They're anticipating where he could be, even if it's one guy, to still clear out together. Even if it's 1 or 2, it's the whole idea, regardless if it's 1 or 2, is you're still trying to isolate gunfights. The whole idea, so you're right, they know it's only 1. But let's say hypothetically there is 2. The whole idea about breaking a hill is about you're trying to isolate gunfights. You're trying to take the gunfights by anticipating how they're going to set up, and you're painting that picture while you're doing it, if that makes sense. So that's the whole idea of it. Yes, it would be a very fast rotate, but look at this though. He has the time to rotate. He has it. He has the time to rotate. He's been here for about what, 10 seconds? He could have rotated here. Look, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about coming back here. He's thinking about it. Right? So he could very well. But that's besides the point. The point is you're trying to isolate. You're in this. Let's say Hasi P2. You're trying to predict and you're trying to isolate and take the same fights together. This is why this break from a micro perspective was really good. Look how they take the fights. Look how they take the fights. Look how they're taking the fights, right? And the entire time that these two guys are fighting one way, Dashi is watching the other way. Because he's going to catch anyone shifting across. This is how you break hills. Exactly. You spawn well for a reason. You spawn well when you have both sides pushed out. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. And that 10 to 12 second differences can be the key from winning or losing a break. Angle responsibility. Shout out to Hagi. Yes, angle responsibility. He is holding the left to deny anyone shifting back to then take the fights. Very good. Very, very, very fucking good. And now they take the same fights. Look at 3 and 2 aping together. Look at 4 trying to take the same fights. This was a textbook break from a micro perspective with bait and switching. That was the cleanest bait and switch I think I've seen this event. Same here, right? One's giving up the pinch. Yes, I know it's 20 seconds, but one's giving up the pinch. He's helping here. Shoulder nade, wait for the team. So he throws a stun here because the only reason why he throws a stun here is because he sees a nade. So he sees a nade, he's gonna throw the stun. Yeah, I mean you could argue that his teammates weren't close enough to help him, so maybe he just stays alive. You could argue that as feedback. But very, very good from Optic. Now they have a free life. He has a free life to do what he wants because now he's just going to spawn bottom lobby again. Nice. Look at him backing off. Nice. Look at him making him overextend. Bro, look at this. Look at this. This is a kill zone. I can't stress how important this was, chat. What is good about what number 3 has done? Someone explain to me what is good about what number 3 has just done here. And bearing in mind, 25 seconds left. Game management, If they get the 25, they're pretty much going to win the game. So this is game management. They've just got a clean wave. 6 has got this entire side. 1 has the pinch. What is good about what 3 has done? 2 things that is good about what 3 has done here. Mofsky, Pac-Man, Audi, TD. What do you guys reckon here? Sal, what do you reckon? Gravity. Get an info where the push is coming. Good. Playing for the 2v1. Good. Yes, so he's playing for specific info, so he's reading the pressure. He could pick it up if Shotzi dies. Very good. Playing for a 2v1. Very good. So he's doing what we call his 25%. So right here, in this situation, he has a free life. This guy has the free life. Very good, Reno. That is the point I am trying to get. This is what the top teams do. This is what the top challenger teams do, right? And the top pro teams. So number 6, or whoever this is, who's that? Number 2, right? Ant has a free. Shotzi has a free life. He can do whatever he wants. He's just gonna spawn close anyway, or maybe spawn Lambos if these guys have mid. If these guys have mid, he's spawning Lambos, which is honestly good for them, right? So he has the free life to do whatever the fuck he wants. So I'll explain what the 25% is. But 1 second. So he has a free life. Free life meaning he's the furthest pushed out. He can bump. He's going to spawn him deep. He can look for kills. He can look for specific info, whatever. In order for that to happen, these guys cannot scam. These guys have to play their hybrid spots and their power spots, right? Look at number 3. Number 3 is not hard taking Charles because he can get cameraed here. He can get cameraed right here. If 04 wanted to, they could double team Charles the stairs right here. They could double team Charles him, camera him, and he's dead. What he's done is he's not committed for the gunfight. He's not scammed in a setup chat. He's done his 25%. Doing your 25% is not trying to do too much, meaning you're not trying to world star kids. You're doing what your job is in the moment. Everyone has their job in the moment. By not doing too much and doing, what your responsibility is, what your role is in the moment, allows everyone to be put in positions to thrive. So right here, if Mercury's Charles, he's in a 1 versus 2. He's not doing his 25% because Ant's already bumped out. So essentially what they're doing is they're double bumping. You never want to double bump, guys. Double bumping is how you lose games because you scam and now you're in a 4 versus 2. You're not taking double 1v1s, right? So what Merc has done is he's played his info, understood Shotzi has bumped out. All he's doing is info. All he's doing is specific info. Specific is the key word. How much people are taking a certain lane. He's then going back. What is he doing? When he goes back, chat, what does that allow him to do? Remember the first point on P3 I made. What does that allow him to do? Someone explain to me. Based on the P3 that we watched earlier. Crossfire is good. Okay, Rico, Crossfire. Very good. But from a macro perspective, so let's keep these points transferable. What is he doing here? What is he doing? Remember, 20 seconds on that P3 earlier. What is he doing? So from a macro perspective, from a fundamental perspective, what is he doing here? 2 things. Again, we're thinking macro, chat. So what do we call that? What do we call that from a macro perspective, Mofsky? Gravity, what do we call it? Reno, what do we call it? So from you guys earlier in the chat, not a 3-1. Not a 3-1, not a power position. What was I saying earlier about when you get a clean wave? What do you want to do for the most part? If you already have someone pushed out, what do you want to do in order for you to secure the time? What are we thinking here? Bump, refill, bump. Okay, I like that, but in this case, they don't need to BRB because no one's died, right? Yes, no. So TD is right. So in this case, it's not hard or soft. Although you are correct, but in this case, the main point I'm trying to make is let the game come to you. Now, why do we want to let the game come to you? Why? Why is Optic in an advantageous position here by letting the game come to you? Big moves? I'm not really expecting too much, Shenton. to be honest with you. But why do we want to let the game come to us? Takes time. Hey, chat, 5 gifted and I'll leak the rosters. I know all the rosters, by the way. Roster lock is tonight. I know all the goddamn rosters. So, 5 gifted and I'll let you know. Because they know where they spawn. They don't have to challenge. Good. Easier kills, not... Good. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys are right. So, when you let the game come to you, the most important thing is not only are you in good positions, but your teammates are in the play. Your teammates are in the play so you can hive mind together, so you can take the same fights together. That is the most important thing when you are set up like this. It's about understanding the map pressure, understanding the power spots and the power positions, hybrid spots. Let the game come to you. When you let the game come to you, I can stun, I can nade, I can then fight and take Charles. Yes, there are actual roster changes. Yes. You will know more tomorrow, but if you give me 5 gifted, I'll leak some. I'm shameless, guys. I'm a Fed. I wear the wire. You know what I'm saying? I'm shameless. No, there will be changes. You see that? Now, when you let the game come to you, what is Mercules doing? Saro, I will answer this after this map, okay? I will answer it for you after this map. I will give you my advice. But what is Mercules doing really well here? What is he doing? But what is he allowing? What is he doing though? I will leak for 5. But what is chat? What is good? Mofsky good? Okay. Expand on Mofsky's point. Let's expand on Mofsky's point. What is he doing though? Overextend. Secret. Thank you. Good fucking answer. Izzy, good answer. We're making him tweak. Good answer, Izzy. Fucking fantastic. Right? Good shit, guys. We're making him overextend to then allow his teammates to shoot him in the back. He can then slide and take that chow. These are the nuances you want to have when you're holding a hill. Make them chow in the hill. Let the game come to you. Make them overextend. The reason why we overextend is you want to shoot a motherfucker in the back. Nothing better than shooting someone in the back. I promise you, chat, if this was me, right? God forbid I'm Dashi in this situation. I'm shooting this guy in the back and I'm screaming, shit on! I am letting him know he's been shit on, even though I've shot him in the back. But the thing is, I'm not letting him know I've shot on him because I've gunned him. No, I'm letting fucking 04 know I have shit on him because we have outplayed him. You heard? Chat, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking it up? Are you guys picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? I'm not screaming dead or shit on because I've gunned you. I'm screaming it because we fucking outplayed you, motherfuckers. You heard? Give me a yes. Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a fucking yes. I need you guys to know, I swear to God, I'm not starting this unless you guys say you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you ain't picking up what I'm putting down, I'm getting the fuck out of the office. I swear, if you ain't picking up what I'm putting down, I'm getting the fuck out of this office. So, Mofsky, overextending is basically an angle where you have to basically move your entire body to chal a gunfight, which then exposes you to the other lane. That is what overextending is. So, let me use Hassi P2 as an example. If I'm sat here, you have to overextend, meaning I have to move across the corner, exposing my fucking fat BBL to this guy's side door. You know what I'm saying? And I got bunda, chat. I got a BBL, boys. So if I'm exposing my bunda, someone's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Alright, chat, let's keep this going. You can't cope with the heat? Yeah, the heat's fucking in Texas, the heat's insane. Chat, I'm fucking shameless. I will admit I'm fucking shameless. I love money too much, guys. Guys, I'm gonna be putting fries in the bag next year, so I need all the money I can get. I've been working on that shit, chat. You'll be happy. All right. Let's not get bogged down on who's putting whose fries in the bag. Let's focus on this shit. Coach ain't happy. Alright, what are we watching here? Let's look at the flow. Let's look at how they break P1. Look at the way they challenge. Alright, chat. Let's look at how they set up for this P1. I will do last P1 on rewind.
Yeah, they do not have a choice in the matter of Vancouver. There was nothing they could do on this map.
Playing hard on one side, soft on the other. I count this as soft because you can still spawn them tin and spawn trap them. This is the ultimate fucking blender, chat. Hard on one side, soft on the other. Chat, what do you notice about 3 and 2? What do you notice? From a micro perspective, could you back... Yep, got you. Alright, let's look at the hill break. So, this is 8 pin... Okay, let me address this actually. Let me talk about this. So, the way that you guys want to break P1 is entirely dependent on what map progression that you already have. Oh my god, Connor with the 5 gifted! Shit! Am I gonna have to leak shit? Cheers, Major League 44 with a tier 1! Alright, chat. Rumors have it that potentially 6 teams are making a change. 6. You heard it. 6. Wait. Yeah, 6 teams are making at least one change. Now, I would look at some of the challenger teams who won and think about the net shit. Thank you, Nick, for the gifted. Appreciate you guys. And think about some of the names on the challenges. Another 20 gifted, and I will tell you the names. Thank you so much for the... Dude, you're a fucking beast. Any of the top 4? No. None of the top 4 are making changes. I can confidently say there's rumors about one of the top 4 making changes. But that rumor is like fucking FIFA 25 type shit. I think all of the bottom 4 and maybe 2 teams after that potentially, maybe 7 teams might potentially, theoretically, hypothetically do. Fuck, I don't think you guys would gift. Right. Let me get back to this chat. Let me cook fire. So, Ultra or Optic changes happening? No, Optic aren't making a change. They've just won CHAMPS. What the fuck? They don't have 24 hours to announce. The roster lock is tonight. But rumors have it. 6 or 7 teams are 7 teams potentially making changes. 1 change at least. Potentially. You'll find out more tomorrow. Anyway, chat, let me get back into this, right? So, when it comes to... Oh, fuck, okay. In your opinion, who was the MVP of just the finals and why? Shotzi, because... Dude, that guy... The reason why Shotzi's MVP is that guy gave me flashbacks of last year. He was just fucking piecing, dancing, running. That guy was getting lost. He had a fucking masterclass, that guy. He was fucking insane. People saying simp to Optic? Wait, hold on. You reckon? Wait, hold on, chat. Let me check my fucking text. Hold on, chat. Simp is now free agent. Chat, hold on. Let me talk to my sources real quick. Let me get you the up-to-date fucking news. Let me be a Fed real quick. Alright, chat, I'm back. Okay. Dude. The thing is, right? No, I'm not even. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna give you my opinion. So, the only way. This is the only thing I'm gonna say. I apparently yes. Apparently, all the phase guys are free agents for next season, or at least some of them will be. Some of them will be that I know. The only way that I can see that team splitting is if another organization offers the fucking bag. Because what I heard is multiple organizations in the CDL are dropping salaries for their teams. I'm not going to name names, but there are at least half the teams in the CDL who next year are going to be on a less, they're going to have less budget for their teams, which means less money for their players, right? Including coaching staff. You're going to see a whole bunch of teams downsize completely. Do I think organizations are coming in for next year? I think one will. I heard of one. I don't think it's going to be two for next year. I heard there's going to be some mergers. The names are a bit up in the air. I won't say the names out of respect, obviously. But some teams will merge. One team will possibly sell. Will there be an expansion? No. I don't think there'll be an expansion next year. Do I hope for an expansion? Yes. Do I think it'll happen? No. Why? Don't know. So yeah, it's interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. That's why BZ's making content. He's trying to help the league grow. He's trying to help the league grow. I love his content. Do I think two existing teams merging? No. But do I think it's mergers between two existing teams? No. It will be at least one merger with another organization from outside of COD. What I heard. Right, chat. Let me get back into this, and then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to do the next map. All right. So we'll do our Q&A session during our pause of the fucking first part of the session of the lecture. Right. This is the first lecture, guys. Let me finish this. Right. So right here, when it comes to playing for P1. Regardless of which side you are in, it is entirely dependent on what map progression you already have. The idea and the general goal for this P1 is to control open. If you have map progression already, you want to use it. You want to use it to play through time to control open. Like this, right? Use map progression. That is why the position of your teammates on either scrap time or on the map is going to determine how you then break the next hill or flow for the next hill. So right here they have progression, meaning they can bump out, control these spots like this, and keep them on a side. So right here, keep them on a side, right? Based on where their other teammates are. Like you do something like this, 2 to time, 3 here, 4 here. They could do something like this. Now, if you don't have scrap time, nor do you have open, nor you have the kills, nor you have the timings, you take routes. You play to flip the map. When you don't have map control and you don't have timings, nor do you have kills, you flip the map on the enemies that do have that. The reason why you flip the map is to make that next wave break easier for you because you're taking complementary routes to take fights together. So right here, you'll watch what Optic are doing, chat. They're going to use that progression. You see the progression here? This is the progression they have. The reason why 3 isn't doing this or 1 doing this and instead they're doing that is they have someone here already. They look at their minimap, they say, hey, we have scrap time. We have some sort of map control. Therefore, we are going to take fights open together. The reason you want to control open is because these hybrid spots are so powerful. Because you can help the hill. Because you are helping both sides compared to this side. The differences between both sides is this side of the map cannot help hill, whereas this side can. This side you're almost guaranteed to funnel through and this side can watch. If you control this, you can watch 3 ways. One position can watch 3 ways. So that's how you want to break this hill or flow for this hill. I don't agree, personally, I don't agree with taking a Lambo route here. The reason why I don't agree with taking a Lambo route here is you've already got teammates. Now, theoretically, if your teammates were far, let's say your teammates were like this, and you were here, yes, take a Lambo route, because you're the first guy setting up the next wave, right? But right here, because you already have teammates, keep it stupid simple. You don't need to take routes when you have teammates or you have numbers. That's why you don't do that. That's why you play through this. Because what should Surge do in this situation? I was expecting Surge right here to flip the map on him. So he's trying to play for open, right? 6, 7. So right here, 8. Do this. I don't give a fuck about scrap time. Right here. So look, he's doing it now. 7 can hit ult if he wants to. So 7 should be faster here. 7 gets him weak. If he got him weak, Ape fast. Because even if he then reshifts to rock, I don't care. It's a 2 versus 1. 8 helps here. 6 already has open, so 8 needs to help. You have info 1 guys here. You have info on 3. You don't know where this guy is, but you want to play for open. Last guy is going to spawn up potentially well or potentially here because of white time. Based on where he spawns, he will then refill. So where's he going to spawn here? Yeah, he spawns well. Now that he spawns well, he can either do this or he can either refill secret and do this. That's flow. That's how I would do it personally. I don't think 7 comes back here. I think 7 commits. 7 needs to commit, take his time potentially, while 8 and 6 play for fights. Flow. Who do you have if we went game 9? I think game 9 was Rewind S&D, and I've got Texas. No, wait. Is Surge good at Rewind S&D? No, I think I still think I had Texas.
Close to the end here, the business end of our Hacienda hardpoint.
Hey, Steven, I love you. Steven, I fucking love you, mate. If you keep loving these, I'll keep doing these. If you keep interacting, I'll keep putting these out. So, chat, let's see how they then play this wave and how they set up.
Yeah, they do not have a choice.
Look at 3.
Vancouver, there was nothing they could do on this map. Shotzzy just pop takeover. Not even saying.
So, chat. Right. Do them till the end of the time. I will do them to the end of time. If I genuinely mean this, right, guys? I want to make more coaching content. I want to do more coaching content for you guys, right? I don't think I'm going to be in the league next year. So, with the fact that I don't think I'm going to be in the league next year, it gives me more time to do stuff like this. I love teaching. I love learning. I love learning most importantly. I love learning and I love learning with you guys. So, I'm learning too, right? If I'm not in the CDL next year, then I'm going to go all in on content and I'm going to do as much coaching content, in-game, out-of-game, psychology, fucking ranked, fucking vlogs, all that shit as much as I can as long as you guys keep watching it. If we can get this to a good spot and you guys are genuinely interested, I will fucking do this till the end of time. And I genuinely fucking appreciate every single one of you guys. It genuinely means a lot to me that you guys are in here doing your interacting. Now, my question is, why do you think this is good from a micro perspective, right? So let me set the scene. So Merc is playing hard on one side. 2 is playing soft on the other. Why is Mercules not hard challenging these 2 excellent for the team? Why is that good? Spots are so hard to come by, Wolf, unfortunately. And there's this unfortunate stigma of me being a mental coach when that's a whole rant that I will go into another time. You don't win 15, 16 titles and challenges and 5 in the CDL by being a mental coach. You just don't. But fucking hell, that scared me, chat. Holy shit. Okay. Anyway, besides the point, guys, let's focus up. So from a micro perspective, why does Mercules not just hard chal 1? Why does he back off and slide? Okay, good. Alright, he's buying time. He's buying time for Kyler. Very good. What else? He has no help. So right here, this was excellent. This is him doing his 25%. But this is why setups are very important. This is why, and I want you guys to think about this from a macro level for next year's game. This is why playing a hybrid spot is very fucking important. Because 2 can help him. 2 is in a position where he can shoot through the fucking windows. Right? This is why, chat, playing your life, backing off, right? So this is what he saw, Crone, right?
Vancouver, there was nothing they could do.
So we know there's 2 here, guaranteed info on 2. They might jump up, they might go through, right? But let's think about this, right?
On this map, Shotzzy just pop takeover. Not even
Boom, he gets 1. We know, or should I say Optic know, where everybody is. By Mercules not overextending and committing to the challenge, sliding back, right? He can wallbang this. This is what I'm fucking doing. I'm wallbanging the fuck out of this guy. He's making him OE, but he's then allowing Brandon to get into the, or Dashi to get into the play and shoot these 2. Yes, Echo. Good fucking answer, Echo. Good fucking answer. If he takes the hard chal, he doesn't let 2 help him. Now, this is where the difference is. He would commit to the chal right here if it was only 1. If it was just only 1, he's committing to the chal. He is committing. I promise you, he's dead. And then he's going to make him OE like this. But because he doesn't, he sees 2, he can keep wallbanging this. He commits, whatever, right? He commits. A bit of a reckless chal. But he brings Dashi. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Dashi is in the play by him staying alive. Okay, he dies because he's fucking Hercules. I'm not tweaking about that. He's fucking. You're feeling it. Do it. He only reach out because he's got them both 1 shot. He won't reach out if they're not 1 shot, right? But right here, if he stays alive, let's say they're not 1 shot, Dashi has the cross. That's how you bring your teammates into the play. Let the game come to you on a micro level. Slide back. Dashi is helping from a hybrid spot, and 4 has this. Fucking easy, chat. Easy.
Walking into death. 10 points away in Optic secure. Map number 1.
5 for Dashi.
Amazing.
5 for shots.
Now, chat. I'm not going to give you any hints. What do you notice? Yes, Hayden, correct. He did. Fantastic. Now, chat. What do you notice about them getting a clean wave right here? Who's doing what? What's so good about what's going on here? I'm not going to give you guys any help. But I want you guys to tell me what's going on here. What's good about this? Remember, let's look at it from a macro perspective first. Let's look at it from some of the rules that I talk about. Let's use it from a fundamental perspective, guys. Give me some rules that I have. Give me some of the rules that you've learned today. Let me download this information. What are you seeing on the map? You're a pro. You guys are pro. What information are you getting from this map? Therefore, based on that information, what are you doing? Come on, guys, tell me. 1 is taking hella space. Expand. Elaborate. Let's make it relatable. Expand. Give me more. What is 1 doing here? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Free life. Very good. So, very good answer, guys. Technically, he's got a free life, so he can do what he wants. Fantastic. BNB. Bump and block. Oh, bump and block? BRB. What did I say? BNB. Bump, refill, block. This guy's bumping. Boom. This guy's going to refill where required. Last guy's going to block if needed, if required. Right? Good. He's also very important. The reason why he's also very important, he's manipulating spawns. He's spawning them tin in this situation here, right? If Kylo was here, they'd do the same thing. Call out the spawning boat. They would refill through time. Hold angles where necessary. Watch angles and lanes where required. Very good. Number 4. Number 3. 4 will do what he needs to do. They get in space. They're funneling the teams out of this. They're in an advantageous position right here, Optic. Because now they understand the spawns, they player tracking, they know who spawned up first, second, and third. They then understand the timings, and now they're using that free life based on the timings to do what they need to do. Huke is licking his lips here. He's going to try and spawn kill. Very good, guys. Excellent answers.
Oh, it's another from Bruce on time, and that is map number 1.
Very good.
Optic draw first blood.
You're fucking shit, bro. You're fucking shit.